In terms of the virtual training that we've been delivering, it's been for our legal course primarily, for a group of young lawyers aged 20 to 30. They're from a variety of different countries, from Austria, Germany, Italy, Brazil and Turkey, and they're all lawyers in training or actually working. In terms of the technology that we've been using a variety of very impressive, I suppose you could say, video conferencing platforms, which really enable us to sort of simulate most of the activities we would like to do in a face-to-face classroom environment. So for this course, we started the first couple of weeks doing in-class training, and then for the final week we transitioned to the online platform. You'd imagine that there might be some issues or some problems with that transition, but actually it's gone very well. We already use quite a lot of technology in our classes, including even some video conferencing software in our business classes. So in terms of familiarity with that, we were already quite comfortable as teachers using it. As for the students, I think in 2020, most clients that we have, most people in fact, are going to be very comfortable with using the technology that we are making use of. And any issues that they do have, or any issues that my learners have had, it's been very easy for me as a trainer to help them out, particularly because we've had extensive training in using it anyway. But actually there were quite a few unexpected positives to the process. The first one I found is that it's a great equalizer in terms of student contributions. What I mean by that is that no matter the student's level or the student's, I guess, confidence level as well, everyone has to listen to each other and everyone has to speak in turn. So as long as they've been nominated, each student gets an equal opportunity to speak, and I've noticed that this is actually building the confidence of some of the learners who, in the in-class environment, I thought were perhaps slightly weaker. Another thing which may sound not like a positive, I think actually is that it slows things down a little bit. Now what I mean by that is that we actually have enough time to focus on every element, and any questions that students have must be addressed one by one, which means that no one really misses the opportunity to have their questions answered or have their voices heard. As a final thing, just to add it, some of the students who are in different time zones have found that when we start at a certain time and they can start an hour later, that's definitely a positive as well. To any clients who may have any reservations or doubts about using online group training, I would first say that I completely understand, but also not to worry. Before we had the training, we had a few doubts and questions ourselves, but when you use it, it very quickly becomes easy. It's very intuitive, and you'll actually find that a lot of the things you're doing day to day on your phones and your computers or laptops are exactly the same in this environment anyway. In terms of the learning process, it doesn't really affect it whatsoever. I've been getting through exactly the same stuff I would in a day of in-class training as I have been in a day of virtual training, and the learners are contributing just as much, they're just as happy, and we're having just as much fun.